Hello students. Yesterday we have discussed some of the AC circuits, then their pure resistive, pure capacitive and pure inductive. All these circuits we have solved, and we have seen that what is the instantaneous current in all these cases, and what is the reactance of these kind of circuits to any alternating voltage. So and which of the circuits can stop AC, which of the circuit can stop DC, which can allow to pass through it AC or DC. So such kind of all situations as we have seen already. So today let's see first some numerical problem on the topic that we have discussed for all these three AC circuits here: pure inductive, pure capacitive and pure resistive circuit. And after that, actually resistive circuit we will not discuss, because already in current electricity we have discussed a lot of questions there for the resistive network, for the conductor. So that's why here we will see the cases for the capacitive and inductive circuit basically, through which we are going to utilize the conditions for the alternating current and voltage and reactance of it one. So first numerical here, that is 100 Hz AC is flowing in a 14 ms coil. So find its reactance. It is given that we have a frequency that is 100 Hz AC. So the frequency of AC signal, this is given to 100 Hz. Second things are given to us, that is a coil we have that has self-inductance 14 millihenry. So L is equal to given, this is 14 millihenry. Now you can change it in standard unit by multiplying 10 power minus 3 here. So this will be converted into Henry. And now we have to find out is the reactance of this circuit. So as you know that whenever we will just connect any alternating source to any of the inductor, then opposition from the inductor is imposing on the alternating voltage through the production of induced EMF there, and a reactance we are obtaining. So reactance for the inductive circuit, as we have discussed yesterday, it is given by chi L is equal to omega L, and in place of omega we can write 2 pi f into L. So now if you will put the values here, so this is 3.14 and value of f is L here, 100 here. Value of L is given, this is 14 into 10 to the power minus 3. So all of the values we have. Now if you will solve this whole of the equations, then the final answer that we are obtaining, this is 8.8 ohm here. So one more thing, as I told you, this reactance is opposition upward by the AC circuits to the alternating source. So that's why as it is opposition, then definitely its answer will be in ohm also. So this is a such kind of resistance also, but for conductor, as we are calling it resistance, for the AC circuits, for generalized way we are calling it reactance, and for any kind of circuit we can change its name here. Now our second numerical problem is here, that is a pure conductor of 25 millihenry is connected to a source of 220 volt. Find the inductive reactance and the RMS current in the circuit if the frequency of the source is 50 Hz. So here in this question, students, it is given that we have a inductor that has self-inductance L is equal to 25 millihenry, and it is connected to a source of 220 volt. So as previously I have told you, in our household the AC current that is coming, that is its RMS value, not its peak value. So here RMS value of the AC is given to us, this is VRMS or ERMS, you can also write it. This is 220 volt is given. Next here we have to find out the inductive reactance, that is chi L, and also the inductive RMS value of the current here. If the frequency of the source is given, this is equal to 50 Hz. So these are the data that is given in our question. Now first we have to find out this value. Then before just finding out this one, we can also find out IRMS. So here let's see first the formula that we will use here to find out the inductive reactance. So for the inductive reactance, as we know that whenever the current that will pass through any inductor, then that will start to oppose due to the production of induced EMF there, and that induced EMF offer and resistance, and its value is given for the inductor, this is omega L. So in place of omega we can write here 2 pi f and L. Now we can write the values here, this is 2 pi, that is 3.14, and the value of F is here 50, value of L is given 25 millihenry. So we will convert it into Henry, then we will solve it. And after the solution here, you can find out what is the value of chi L for this question. Next one, as we have to find out the IRMS. So to find out the IRMS, it is given by as ERMS per unit resistance, and for this question, as the resistance is given by the inductive reactance, then we can use the inductive reactance in place of the resistance. And finally, IRMS, its value is obtained as ERMS upon chi L. And if you will solve the chi L, then its value is obtained to be 7.85 here. This is ohm. And ERMS is given in our question. This is 220 volt. Chi L we have calculated. This is 7.85 ohm. And finally, if you will solve this equation, then this ampere current we are getting for the RMS value of the current. Now next, in the same question, if I ask a question, that is we have to find out the peak value of the current here, or the maximum value of the current that is flowing in our circuit, then we can find out easily by using the IRMS concept here. So as we know that IRMS is given by root 2 times peak value of its. Then from here, if we will find out peak value, then it is given by IRMS upon root 2. And from here, if we will solve the equation, this is 28.03, and in place of root 2, we can write down 1.414, and we can solve here this equation, and that will provide you the value of peak current here. So here next question after this simple formula based question we have, that is find the maximum value of the current when an inductance of 1 Henry is connected to an AC source of 220 volt 50 hertz. So here question is again related to the same topic, as we have find out the inductive reactance first by using the concept that is given to us, and here again the data is given. This is frequency that is coming, this is 50 hertz, and second thing is given ERMS, this is 220 volt. Now we have to find out what will be the value of maximum current that will flow through the inductor that has inductance 1 Henry. So you can just move for this question as we have solved the previous one. Next, one more numerical, let's see. This is connected to our inductor and capacitor both, and for both of the concept we will solve this question. First question is here, this is alternating EMF and instantaneous EMF is given to us. It is given by E is equal to 220 sine 100 pi t. This is applied to a circuit containing an inductance of 1 by pi Henry. Write an equation for instantaneous current to the circuit. What will be the reading of AC ammeter if it is connected in the circuit? So first we have to find out what will be the value of instantaneous current, means at any instant what will be the value here. So we have to write down again equation for the instantaneous current here. So one more thing, as we know that whenever we will join or connect any inductor in AC circuit, then current always lag behind the voltage for the inductive circuit by the phase pi by 2. So if we have to write down the instantaneous value of the current, then we can write down first the general formula for this, and the general formula is given by I is equal to I0 sine omega t minus pi by 2 for any inductive circuit here. Now as if we will compare these two circuits, and you can also compare it with the standard circuit, and standard equation is here, E is equal to E0 sine omega t. So from here the value of omega t is omega is equal to 100 pi, and we know that omega is given by 2 pi f. So this is equal to 100 pi, and from here if you will calculate f, its value is obtained to be 50 hertz. So first thing, the frequency of the circuit is given here 50 hertz. Second one thing, as you can see here, E0 is given in our circuit. If we will compare it, so E0 has value 220 volt. Now we have to write what is the value of I0 here. So that will provide you the instantaneous equation for the current here. So as we know that the peak value is related by the peak value of the voltage by the equation, that is E0 upon inductance or reactance of the circuit. So here in this case the reactance of the circuit is given by chi L, and the value of chi L we know this is omega L, and in place of omega we can write 2 pi f L, or directly you can use the value of omega from here, that is equal to 100 pi. Now let's put the values and solve it. So yeah, here I0, this value is, we have E0, this is 220 volt upon omega, this is 100 pi into L, this is given to us here 1 pi. In our question it is given 1 by pi. So pi will be cancelled out from here, and finally if you will solve it, then this is obtained to be the maximum value of current in circuit. This is 2.2 ampere. You can also change it in milliampere if you need it, but just leave it for here. This will be equal to I equal to 2.2 sine, in place of omega let's write 100 pi t minus of pi by 2. So this is the equation in ampere you have to write down, because sometimes we are also using the unit milliampere in our electronic circuits and electrical circuits. So that's why you have to mention the unit of the current after the instantaneous value. So here as this is the equation of any instant, what is the current that is flowing in our inductor. Next one question is asked to us, that is what will be the IRMS value for the circuit here. So as just now we have calculated the peak value of the current, and this value is 2.2 ampere. So from here we can also calculate what will be the value of IRMS that is flowing through any inductive circuit. So this is I0 upon root 2, and from here if we will write the value, this is 2.2 and root 2 its value is 1.414, and if you will solve the equation it is obtained to be 1.556 ampere. So this is the RMS value of the current that is flowing in our circuit. Now if I will ask the same question for the capacitive problem. We have a capacitor, pure capacitive circuit here, and we have connected a capacitor of the capacitance 1 by pi microfarad in our circuit. Then what will be the instantaneous value of the current for this kind of capacitive circuit? In the same problem, all of the data are the same. The induced EMF or instantaneous EMF that is given to us, that is also same here. Frequency is same, only the capacitive value is changed here. So for pure capacitive equation, what will be the instantaneous current and what will be the RMS value for that circuit? We can also solve it by the same method here, as first we need to write the general equation for the instantaneous current for capacitive circuits. So for the capacitive circuit, we know that here the current leading the alternating potential by the pi by 2. So general equation is given by sine omega t plus pi by 2 for this condition. Now as we have calculated already, f is equal to 50 hertz. For as omega, after the comparison we have seen this is equal to 100 of pi. C is given to us 1 by pi microfarad first. Now first, as we have to find out value of I0, so this peak value of the current is given by E0 by reactance of the capacitive circuit. So here the reactance of capacitive circuits that we will use, this is chi C, and we know that the value of chi C is equal to 1 upon omega C. So if we will write down 1 upon omega C, then finally we will obtain E0 omega C here. So if, let's put the values here. So E0 has value 220 volt, omega has value 100 of pi, and C has value 1 upon pi microfarad. So let's solve it in farad. 10 power minus 6 will be here, and pi will be cancelled out, and if you will write down it 2.2, then its value is equal to 10 power 4 times and into 10 power minus 6 and finally you will solve it, and this will be equal to 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 2 ampere. If you want to leave it in this way, or you can also solve this equation and in milliampere case, then finally you will find out 22 milliampere current, that is maximum current that is flowing through any capacitive circuit. Now if we will put this value here in this equation, so this is 22 sine 100 of pi plus pi by 2 t also here, and this value as we have written I0 in milliampere, then at last we have to mention here that we have written our values in milliampere. Next question is here, that is we have to find out the RMS value of the current for the capacitive circuit. So IRMS, if you have to calculate, we can calculate it by the same method, and its formula is same for all the AC circuits. General formula is here I0 upon root 2. So I0 is the value here, this is 22 milliampere, and this value is 2.14. Ri, suppose I am just writing is 2.2, then for this one case we will get here, this is the 10 milliampere, its value is obtained. Here about this value is obtained for the IRMS current in this case. So these are the numerical problems based on the topics mean value and RMS value of the current that we have discussed, and also some of the AC circuits like pure inductive, pure resistive and pure capacitive circuit and their reactances we have discussed here. Next, as I told you yesterday already, we will again move in the chapter for the combination of the components here. So let's discuss these topics here after this one. So first here combination, as three components we have L, C and R. These are the three basic components that we are going to use for the AC circuits here. So for first combination, we can combine two resistor through the inductor, we can combine resistor through the capacitor, we can combine inductor through the capacitor. So here three combinations we will get according to this one. First LR circuit, second CR circuit, and third circuit that we will get LC circuit. So these all three AC circuits and their reactances, their phasor diagram, all we will see. And how can we solve the equations for the instantaneous value of current for these kind of circuit? What is the leading and lagging property of the current? So let's see that one by one. So first circuit here that we are going to study, this is RL circuit. So here one more thing, as whenever you have two components, then the combination process can be done in two ways. First, you can combine that two components by their end to end, and such kind of combination we are knowing that by the series combinations of the components. And if you will connect them at both of the end, then they will be connected in parallel combination. So first we will go for the series combination here. So for series one, let us suppose that in our AC circuit we have a resistance that has or resistor that has resistance capital R, and that is connected in series with an inductor of self-inductance capital L, and these all connections are connected by an alternating voltage, and that has value E is equal to E0 sin omega t. So as the circuit is now completed, so some I current will flow through this value of the alternating potential in this resistor and inductor. So whenever current will move through the resistor, then from the Ohm's law we can calculate what is the potential drop here. And one more thing, you know that whenever we are joining two components in series, then the potential that we have added, this potential is distributed to both of them. So some of the potential will be distributed to resistor, some of the potential will be distributed to this inductor. So suppose the potential that is distributed to resistor we have shown by the VR, and for the connection with the inductor, this is denoted by the IL. So first from the Ohm's law, if you will calculate it, then its value is obtained as IR from here. So this is equal to IR. And the second one for here, there are two methods for this one case. So the second method we are not going to adopt it because there the mathematical calculations is complex there. So first, as we know that the reactance for the inductive circuit that we have discussed already. So just like the resistance, in resistance we have the reactance in the inductor, that is psi L. So whenever I current will flow through it, so there will be a potential drops through the this inductance. This will be equal to I into chi L. So we can write down the formula for the omega L. This is I into chi L. So these are the potentials that we are getting for this kind of circuit. Now, as you know that this is the alternating potential that is distributed in these two forms, VR and VL. So finally we can write down E is given by E is equal to VR plus VL from this equation, and finally as E as value E0 sine omega t. Then from here VR is given by IR and VL is given by I chi L. So from here we can just take common as I. This will be R plus chi L. And finally, if you have to find out the instantaneous current, then I will have the value. This is I is equal to E0 upon R plus chi L into sine omega t. And also in place of chi L you can write here R plus omega L into sine omega t. Now in place of this bracket terms we can also write I0, because whenever the omega t will have the maximum value, that is sine 90 here, then for this one case this will be the maximum value of current, and this can be denoted by some I0, and this is sine omega t, and this is the instantaneous value of the current for the inductive and reactive circuit here. So this is called also resistive inductive circuit. And for this one case, as students you are seeing here, first one thing, what is the phase difference for this one case? So as here in this case we are saying there is no phase difference between current and voltage for this one. And also as if you will see the maximum value of the current for this kind of circuit, so this is given by E0 upon R plus omega L. So this value you can calculate. And now again if you will compare this one by the Ohm's law for the conductor, that is E0 by R, and from here as you know that the E0 by R is given by, one second students, E0 by R is given for the reactance of the circuit here. So the reactance for the LR circuit, that can be written as chi LR. If you want to write, then you can write here. This is given by R plus omega L. So whenever we are connecting two components in series, as we know already, their resistances are combined in series, they are simply joined. So here also we are seeing the same concept. The reactance of inductor, the resistance of the resistor, both are combined, and finally they are offering the large resistance to our AC circuit here. So this large resistance you can calculate by this formula here. Now as we have calculated the instantaneous value of the current, the inductive, or you can say that the inductive resistive circuit reactance here. Now we can plot the graph for the phasor diagram actually for here for this one case. So as you know that the phasor diagram is representing the rotating vector for the alternating and current and voltage for this situation. So for this one case, as if this is our x direction, this is our y direction. Now if this is for the resistance, suppose this is the direction for the VR, and in the same direction, as we know that for resistive circuit, no lagging or leading condition for the current and voltage in these cases. So this is equal to IR, this is, or simple I we can write down here. And now for the phasor diagram, if we will plot in the same plane, that is for the inductive circuit, then we know that here the current is lagging behind the voltage. So if this is the direction of the current, the leading of the current here for the omega L, sorry VL here, and the current will should be the pi by 2 lagging behind it. And finally, suppose this is the direction of current, and this angle that you are seeing, this should be the pi by 2, means potential is leading the current here. and for the resistive current is in this direction. So finally in phasor diagram you can see we have the two vector. So whenever the two vector quantity in general, if you want to just plot the condition for the resultant vector here, then you have to go for the again vector quantities and its components terms there. So as first if suppose we have two vectors, one is vector A, second is vector B, they are at a 90-degree angle, then you know that their resultant is in this direction, and this resultant R is given by the magnitude is given by A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So as here the cos theta, that is angle between vector A and B. So here vector A and B, the angle is pi by 2, so cos pi by 2 is 0. So this component will be absent from here. So finally we are obtaining the magnitude that is given by A square plus B square for this kind of vector quantities. So now if you have to, or also you have to see the direction. So direction is given by here, theta is equal to tan inverse B by A. So if this is the theta angle through which we are seeing the direction, so from here as this angle, if you will see, suppose this is the omega t minus phi angle. So whole of the angle you can just define as this is omega t minus phi, this is pi by 2. So finally this is the phase angle between the two vectors for inductive resistive circuit. Now as we can plot the resultant here for this one case, so its resultant will be obtained in the direction here. So suppose this is the direction for the resultant that is given, and its magnitude for this resultant or maximum value, it is given by some omega L square plus omega R square. So its magnitude you can find out by this equation. Its direction you can plot in this way. So this is the phasor diagram that is helping us to understand in which direction we will get the final value, final rotating vector for this kind of combined circuits. So for the combined circuit you can see that the resultant potential is not obtaining or that is not obtaining in the direction of the inductive circuit or resistive circuit, but it also depending on both of the values there, and according to these values its value we are obtaining. So finally such kind of graph we are getting for this kind of circuit. So this is the phasor diagram for LR circuit here. This value is obtained for the amplitude of the circuit here. So amplitude you can calculate easily from here. So as omega L, L value is, this is I into chi L from here, this is whole square, plus value of omega R from here, this is given by I into R. So this is whole square of this one. So I square, if you will take common, this will be equal to I, and in this circuit this will be chi L square plus R square, this in the whole of the circuit. Okay. Now this is the one more term will be arise from the here, and we will see what is the more term, but later we will see it. Before, as I think since the LR circuit is completely understood by you. So last one case is here again. Let me summarize all of the topics that we have discussed. Little complicated topic it is whenever we are combining the two components here for this kind of circuits here. So first thing that we have started here with the combination of these two, and we are combining them in series here, not only in series, not in parallel. So for the series one combination, as the property of this one is that the potential is distributed. So whenever potential will be distributed, then we can write down VR plus VL, and from here we can calculate what is the value of IL. And what is the inductive reactance here for the LR circuit? So that is given by, for LR, this is omega L plus R from here. And again, as we have just plotted the phasor diagram, so according to this phasor diagram, this is the direction for the alternating current and potential for a resistive circuit. As you know, there is no current leading or lagging condition, but whenever you will plot the graph for the inductive circuit, then its voltage will lead by the pi by 2. So here pi by 2 we have just shown the leading condition of the potential, and even these two are vector quantity that is at 90-degree angle. So its resultant we can find out that will be in this direction, and that resultant we will see the angle that is making by it, this is omega t. So this is the condition here, and this is the phasor diagram that is representing whole of the situations here. Now as I think students all the topics are now clear, then let's end our chapter and topics here.